But now I've got the honor to also introduce some very special students that have prepared some speeches for this graduating class. And so first off, I'd like to introduce the 2016 class valedictorian, Mr. Tristan.
Hello and greetings, class of 2016. My speech is going to be a little bit different today. I'll be telling you 3 stories and then I will tie them together in the end. The first story is about an older couple who notice a new young couple moving in next door. The first morning, while the older couple is eating breakfast, the older woman sees the young neighbor hanging up clothes on the clothesline. She says to her husband, "That laundry is not very clean. She doesn't know how to wash correctly. Perhaps she needs another laundry set." The husband looks on but remains silent. Every time the new young neighbor would hang out the laundry, the older woman would make the same comment. About 1 month later, the older woman was surprised to see a nice, clean wash on the line and said to her husband, "Look, she has learned how to wash correctly. I wonder who taught her." Her husband then replies, "I got up early this morning and washed the windows." Next is the second story, which is about 3 people who are walking through a forest when they came upon a set of tracks. The first person says, "Those are deer tracks." The second person says, "No, those are elk tracks." The third person says, "You are both wrong. Those are moose tracks." The 3 people were still arguing when the train hit them. The third and final story is about a father digging a narrow and deep hole for a tree. As he is finishing digging, a frog jumps in the hole. His young son notices and says, "Dad, you can't put the tree in, a frog fell in the hole." His dad tries to reach in the hole, but it's too deep for his arm to reach. He tries using various tools to get the frog out, but he just can't get the frog. The man says to his son, "I have tried everything, but I can't get the frog out." His son considers it for a second and then says, "Why don't we just fill the hole with water?" The frog floats to the top and is saved by the son's idea. What made me think about these 3 stories was a quote by Eleanor Roosevelt. The quote is, "Small minds discuss people. Average minds discuss events. And great minds discuss ideas." High school is right around the corner, and I would like to encourage my fellow students to not be small-minded like the older woman looking through the dirty window. Often, our first reaction is to look through the faults of others before we consider how we could have reacted better in a situation. As we encounter situations in the next 4 years, both familiar and unfamiliar, it's important to remember to reflect on the choices we make and work on improving ourselves first. Don't be average-minded like the 3 people arguing over the train tracks. It's easy to get caught in arguments over small things and forget to see the bigger picture. We all have dreams of where we'd like to be in 4, 8, 20 years. Don't spend your energy arguing about which dream is the best or whether someone can get there or not. Spend your energy working towards yours. Instead, let's be great-minded, like the boy that saved the frog. When presented with a situation where it seemed like there were only 2 options to avoid planting the tree or to kill the frog, the boy used his creativity to come up with a new solution. So as we move on to high school, consider all that we have learned and know up to this point. We'll face new challenges and new situations, but we have the tools we need to come up with solutions. Maybe even creative ones that no one has thought of before. And with that, congratulations, class of 2016.